Hey, welcome in. Before we go any further, if this is graphic warning, if you can't handle anything graphic or triggering, just go ahead and X out of this video right and now. And for those that are staying with that, guys, let's get into a devastated mother of one of the 4 murdered friends found dismembered and dumped in Oklahoma River tells how they were shot multiple times with one victim's arm chopped off to send a message. Teresa Stevens revealed her son Alex, 29, and his 3 friends were first shot multiple times, chopped in half at their waist, and then thrown into a river. To chop a body in half is what the drug cartels do to the dead. Whoever did this clearly wanted to send a message. This is one of those stories that you absolutely just cannot make up. Alex, Mark Chastain, 32, Billy Chastain, 30, Mike Sparks, 32, were found deceased and dismembered in Deep Fork River in Oklahoma on October 14th, 2022. Earlier this week, police named a local scrapyard owner, Joe Kennedy, who's 67, as a person of interest. So Mark, Billy, Mike, and Alex were close friends, were last seen on October 9th, 2022, leaving an abandoned house that they hung out in Okmulgee before they vanished. Let's start October 9th, 2022. Leslie, Alex's mom, who works at the same local healthcare facility where her son was a dietary aide, said she last saw him on Sunday, October 9th, when he was going to visit a friend's. She reported her son missing around midnight the next day after he failed to show up for work, October 10th, 2022. My son never misses his work shift, and he had to work at 11 p.m. that Sunday. He doesn't own a car, so I take him to work. When he didn't show up for me to take him to work on Sunday evening, I became worried. A few hours later, I went to the Okmulgee Police Department and reported him missing. Teresa said that Alex did not have a cell phone on him because he had run out of minutes, but had his backpack and wallet. And Okmulgee is about 40 miles south of Tulsa. Chief Apprentice said right now Joe Kennedy is a person of interest. We want to talk to him about the 4 men who were murdered. Kennedy is currently sitting in a Volusia County jail in Florida after being arrested in Dayton Beach Shores Police on October 16th, 2022 for motor vehicle theft. Prentice goes on to say, from what we've put together so far, is that the 4 men left Billy's house on 6th Street on their bikes around 5:30 p.m. October 9th, 2022, and went to an area near a salvage yard on 20th Street about 1 mile away. Joe Kennedy is the owner of that salvage yard. He said one of the men's cell phones pinged its location several times around the 20th Street salvage yard. The phone pinged at that location until approximately 7:55 p.m. Then the phone pinged at another salvage yard about 6 miles away that is also owned by Joe Kennedy. The phone pinged for several minutes and then went silent. Either the battery died, it was turned off, or the phone was destroyed. He says from the GPS location ping near the 20th Street salvage yard, police later discovered evidence of a violent crime, but he did not provide further details. Also, the police learned from a tipster that the 4 men were going to hit a lick, something or someone, on October 9th, 2022, but authorities are not sure if the salvage yard was an intended a target. While Prentice says that Joe Kennedy is, as of now, only person of interest, he says they haven't ruled anything else out. As of now, I can only say at least one person was involved in the murder of these 4 men. After we conduct our investigation, we could find out there may be other people involved. We will go where the evidence takes us. They have not yet spoke to Prentice, who is sitting in the Florida jail. He says we are working on that and working on bringing him back here to Okmulgee. It could take weeks or months to extradite him. The time frame is going to depend on Joe Kennedy. What a horrific crime. So when we're finished and we have enough to charge someone with this horrible crime, we'll submit it to the DA's office for charges. He declined to discuss the specifics about the dismemberment of the victims, other than to say it was horrific. The world gets more violent. The lengths people are willing to go to gets worse as time goes by. Amen to that. This world is a scary place. Let's end this with a few words from Alex's mom, Teresa Stevens. Teresa Stevens, Alex Stevens' mom, revealed new information shared with her by officials. My son and his friends were first shot multiple times, chopped in half at their waist, and then thrown into the deep Fork River to rot away. Police also told Teresa that the murderer chopped off one of their arms. It's something you read about on the news, about what they did to my son and his friends, she said. It's a horror story. To chop a body in half is what the drug cartel do to the dead. Whoever did this clearly wanted to send a message. Stevens said that she last saw her son October 9th of 2022. He was going to hang with friends. Teresa goes on to say that she did not believe her son knew Joe Kennedy, but added that she wasn't surprised to learn he was a person of interest. Teresa says, well, I don't personally know him. I've heard about him around town, and from what I've heard, he's a person of questionable character. Even if they were to go up there at the salvage yard up to no good or drugs were involved, no one deserved to die. For one person to kill 4 grown men, chop their bodies up and dump them in a river, I just can't see one person doing all of that. Whoever did this had to have help. Teresa then says the medical examiner has her son's remains and that an autopsy is being conducted. Something no mother should have to do is outlive their child.